everyone, I hope that you are all doing well. This is me Sayyid Shujatullah. Welcome to T1 Academy. Today we are going to begin our lecture with a very sad news. This should not happen. There should not be any war in the world. There should not be human life lost. But still, there is a war going on which anyhow, those who believe in humanity, they will definitely condemn the Russian attack on Ukraine. Ukraine is a very, I can say that it's not powerful at all. Military wise, economical wise, political wise, it is weaker country. It is a small country. Okay, in area it is a big, but with regard to its impact on the world, it's in very small stage. Okay, but Russia, there is no match for Russia in Asia itself. Okay, very powerful, mighty country. Okay, militarily advanced, politically lot of influence on there in many countries, even on India still. That's why India is numb on this particular Russia's invasions on Ukraine. India has adopted a non-alignment policy. This is the perfect example of non-alignment policy. You know this point you have to remember. When the World War happened, when the World War II ended, World War II began in the year 1939 and ended in the year 1943. Okay, so after the World War II was ended, there was a bloodshed everywhere across the world. Lots of people have lost their life and people are dying for hunger. Again, military troops has been taken as war prisoners and they have been tortured like anything. Then that's how the UNO came into being. And the main purpose of UNO is to maintain peace across the world. Okay, so after the UNO formation in 1945, what happened? Some countries got aligned to US. Some countries got aligned to Russia. So there are two powerful blocks has been formed. So 1949 I am talking about. And when we got independence in 1947. When we got independence, we have a choice whether you want to align with Russia and the countries part of Russian influence, or we want to join US or the countries part of the US influence. What is our decision at that time? At that time, the very important policy was formulated by Jawaharlal Nehru. He said that we will not align this bloc, will not align this bloc. This is called as non-aligned movement and we generally call it as NAM. And seeing as many countries also done the same way. They did not align to Russia, they did not align to US. In the same way, in this particular battle also, in this particular war also, India is not saying anything to Russia. India is not siding with US also. India is not asking Russia to stop its military operations, and India is not even saying USA that we will not support you. So India is having a very balanced view in this particular aspect. Okay, at the end, a country always have to look for the self-interest of the people, for the well-being of the people. Which one is good for us, Russia or US? So India said, you both are important to us. Okay, but definitely India has said that there should be peace across the world. Okay, because we follow a policy of what? Non-violence that we have inherited from our founding fathers of our nation. Okay, Gandhiji, Netaji, Vallabhbhai Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, many of them has already gone to this phase of non-violence. So we have inherited that particular principles, ideals in our way of life. That's why we, in any part of the world, we definitely condemn wherever the violence is happening. In the same way, so I have told you that why India's role here is very silent. Why I have told you, I have given you some scenario here, and you know that now Ukraine, which is a border country to Russia, Ukraine which is sharing border country to Russia, but Ukraine wants to join US-led military bloc NATO. US-led military bloc NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. A military bloc. Military bloc is one. Suppose 30 members are there in the military bloc. You, me, etc. 30 members are there. If somebody hits you, we all will hit that particular person. Whoever hits you, we all will hit that particular person. This is called as military bloc. And US-led one military bloc is there, NATO. In that UK is there, in that Canada is there, in that Germany is there. Many other European countries are also there. Okay, this military bloc is belongs to US, and Russia is having their own military bloc called as CSTO, but here not big names are not there. But still, US has got itself a military bloc, Russia has got itself a military bloc. Now, Ukraine, which is a border country to Russia, want to be a part of US-led military bloc. Now you tell me how Russia can allow it? How Russia can threaten its territory? Because now US troops will roam across the border of Ukraine and Russia. Do Russia likes it? No, right? Russia will not like it. That's why Russia told to Ukraine, don't join NATO. okay, which is a North Atlantic Treaty Organization, international organization, okay, 1949 it was formed, and it is US-led military bloc. US-led military bloc, presently 30 members are there in that. Presently 30 members are there in that. If Ukraine joins, it will become 31. But Russia said, Ukraine don't join. Ukraine said, I will join. Okay, that is why the war is happening. So, Russian President Vladimir Putin told to Ukraine that please don't join. Many times he have told it, and also told US also, don't give membership to Ukraine in NATO. But US is not listening, Ukraine is not listening. So what ultimately has happened? From yesterday onwards, the Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, has ordered military operations in Ukraine, and you can see that Russian missiles, according to the news, Russian missiles have rained down the Ukraine cities. You can say that all destructions are happening. Okay, and has shocked the total international community. Okay, remember one point here, the Ukraine president is, the president name is very important because it may directly come in the examination. Ukraine president Volodymyr Zelensky, please remember. Please remember. So this is in the front page, that's why I have given you the brief of it. Russia is attacking Ukraine. Ukraine is under attack of Russia. This is what is happening. Okay. Yes. Then Meitei, Ministry of Information Technology. Okay. They have launched a recently policy, open data and accessibility policy 2022. Because you know that this particular open data and accessibility data regarding data of you and me, data of all citizens, what is our wage, how many people are in the children age group, how many people are in the adult age group, how many are literate, how many are suffering from liver disease, how many are suffering from mental diseases, okay, what is the income of the population, okay, how many are divorced, how many need mental health like counseling like that. Okay, so this is called as data of the citizen. The finance minister in the budget 2022 has also cited the importance of data of our country. Okay, that's why this is a draft policy. This is a draft policy. Open Data and Accessibility Policy 2022 released by Ministry of Information Electronic Technology. Fine. So now here what government is doing is, this is government person is giving what? Take data and giving to a private player, you give money. Now government of India want to sell our data to the private company. Our data to private company because data are important. Okay, how many people are in low income? How many people want houses? How many people want two-wheeler? How many people are living at 50,000 rupees? How many people are at poverty levels? How many percentage of like women are malnutrition? If this number is given to the private players do science and technological research in that and will try to bring up products in order to fill the gaps. Right or wrong? Yes. That is why. So the primary objective of this policy is primarily commercial, means selling the data of citizens to the private player. Okay. The policy aims to radically transforms India's ability to harness public sector data. Harness is nothing but making the data in use. Okay, like solar energy we have to harness. Means whatever the solar energy is there, we are not using it. Let us use it with the help of what? Solar panels. That is called as harnessing. So data is there with the government. Everywhere MRO office data is there, collector office data is there. Okay, UPSC, we are having data, we are filling the forms everywhere, our data is there. Okay, government want to use this data, government want to commercialize their data, government want to sell this data to the private player so that these private players will do some research and analytics in that and will try to bring up products that will fill the gaps in our economy and try to make our living more better. Okay, fine. Generation of citizen data means our citizen data, generating our data means knowing more about the citizen's profile is slated to increase exponentially in the next decade. The government is looking to license and sell public data to the private sector. Now let us discuss the features of this policy. The policy will be applicable to all data and information created and collected by central government. And the policy also said that state government should also adopt the same provisions which they mention in future. Indian data office would be set up, okay, which will be looking of the data collection aspects. Indian Data Council will also be formed as a consultative body. Indian Data Council, which data to be collected of these citizens. A council will decide it, which data, how the profiling of the citizens should be done will be decided by the Indian Data Council. Okay, so two bodies will come up when this policy actually comes into operationalization. Maintain a negative list of data sets which cannot be shared. which cannot be said. Data sets are nothing but a particular parameter of a citizen. Like how many are diverse in our country? Okay, how much domestic violence happen in the country? How much rapes, how much percentage of rapes happen in the country? This is called as sensitive data. Sensitive data. And more of the rapes are done by whom? Adults or children or old people, like that. This is called as sensitive data. If this data goes into the public, then it will become a problem of social. It will become a problem of society itself. Okay. So here you can say that Hindus are there, Muslims are there, Sikhs are there. Okay. Suppose if the data comes that the number of rapes done by Sikhs are more, and number of religious conversions are done by more, and Hindus are generally like this kind of data comes. No, one community will be it fight with another community. So these kind of data, which is religion specific, which is caste specific. Okay, this data will be sensitive data, called as sensitive data, and this data will not be shared with the government, will not be shared by the government to the private sector. Okay, this data will be there with the government itself. Okay, they will not share with the private sector, because if this news comes out in the society, Indian society, then we start stereotyping to the people, and that will lead to communal disharmony. Right or wrong? Yes, we want communal harmony in the country. That is the more important thing. That's why some data, government will give the list of data sets that cannot be shared with private sector. Now let us see Copter Crash. You know, that's very mighty, very clever, very sharp. Okay, the chief of our defense. Okay, Bipin Rawat, sir. Okay, unfortunately, he has left all of us because his chopper got crashed. Okay, then the IMD, then obviously the government will appoint a committee. Why this happened? Because he's not an ordinary person here. Okay, has done a lot of things, has given befitting replies to the Pakistan many a times. Okay, so we need to know the cause of the death, right? So government wanted to know what is the cause of this particular crash, right? So the chief of defense staff, Bipin Rawat sir, was among those killed in the incident. The Indian Meteorological Department has confirmed that the chopper was crashed at the site because of what? High humidity, because of what? No visibility of 1 to 2 kilometers, unable to see properly in Tamil Nadu. And the chopper and the copter, okay, he was traveling was MI-17 V5. Not only him, okay, madam also died, his wife Madhulika Rawat ma'am also, she also died. Along with that, Brigadier Lakhvinder Singh and 11 other defense personnels have passed in that very unfortunate event. Okay, yes. Rare Mughal era coin to go under the hammer. This is literally interesting and also funny also. Okay, so Jahangir, when he was a Mughal emperor, he had a son called as Khurram. And Khurram want to sit on the throne of Jahangir. Jahangir is alive only. Jahangir is ruling only. The emperor was there living, but still Khurram want to usurp the throne. Okay, then Jahangir, what he has done, you know, he has minted 1 rupee silver coin on the name of Khurram and circulated in the society. It means your aukat is only 1 rupee silver coin, like that. Okay, that's why that coins are called as rebellion coins. Because Khurram rebelled, Jahangir issued, on Khurram name, Jahangir issued 1 silver coin. Means you are just 1 silver rupee for me. Okay, you are that sasta, that is your aukat, like that. Okay, Jahangir wanted to make sure to his son that don't do advanced things. Okay, and this silver coins are put on auction. Going under the hammer means they are being auctioned in Bangalore. If you want to buy, you can buy and enjoy. If you're a lover of artifacts, collection of artifacts, you can do that. Right. UN Food System Summit. This particular summit held under the Paris Agreement and United Nations framework for the Convention of Climate Change. Under this convention, this summit was held. It was a virtual meeting, so you do not have a place for this. Okay, virtual meeting. Everyone sitting on the laptops and listening everything. So this summit is going to focus on 5 areas. First of all, nourish all people. Means every citizen in our country, in every country should get what? Carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, fats, okay, and minerals and vitamins. All the 5 nutrients everyone should get. That is called as nourishment. Boost nature-based solutions. Means with the help of ecology only. Okay, solutions we have to bring in with regard to what? Food security. Advance equitable livelihoods means equal distribution of all the resources, okay, to the population. Decent work and empowered communities. So what I am doing is a decent work. Okay, I get a good pay, I get a good conditions here, tea, coffee, etc. Everything is excellent. This is called as decent work. It's not tiring at all. 8 to 9 hours of work. Okay, happily I can also have some time with the family, etc. This is called as decent work. Okay. Build resilience to vulnerable shocks and stresses. Build resilience. If at all, if a drought happen, if at all any flood happen in the country, how the country is fighting it to it. How the country is fighting to it. This is called as resilience. Okay, so that kind of resilience we have to bring. And one such way to prevent a drought and one such way to mitigate the drought is having the watersheds. Having the watershed that we also have in our Telangana also. Mission Kakatiya is there for that. Okay, accelerate the means of implementation. So whatever we have decided, accelerate it. Make it at the earliest to be reachable to the what? Citizen. Right. Tirupathi wears a festive look as it celebrates 892 birthday. Very grand old, okay, temple. 892 second birthday is very big thing actually. Okay. On February 24 in the year 1130 AD, the Vaishnava saint means the one who actually worshipped the Vishnu. Vaishnava saint Bhagavad Ramanuja laid the foundation stone for the temple. Okay. And 4 Mada streets around the shrine. 4 streets around the shrine. Now we are having the last important topic of our today's discussion. The Manipur Meiteis demand for ST status. Demand for ST status. Let us see it very closely. Okay. The Manipur Meiteis are demanding ST, scheduled tribe status. Okay. So who are Meiteis? Meiteis are a community. Meiteis are a community, means group of people. They are, majority of them follow Hinduism. Okay, while a little more than 8% of Meiteis are Muslims. And they are called as Pangals. They are called as what? Pangals. Okay, and this particular Meiteis community is in what? Manipur. Manipur is going for polls. Manipur is going for elections. That's why there was a rally with regard to give us ST status. Give us ST status. Remember this point. Meiteis are in the tribe. The community is in not tribe. Meiteis is in Manipur, and they are majority of them are Hindus and some of them are Muslims. The Muslims of the Meiteis are called as what? Pangals here. Pangals here. Okay, fine. Now, right now, at this point of time, the Meiteis were declared as OBC, other backward class, in 1991. Other backward class in 1991. This is all about the Meiteis. This much is important for the examination, not more than that. Thanks a lot for hearing to me. Have a nice day ahead.